This has got to be my most favorite all-inclusive resort I've ever been to. Every morning you woke up to scenes like this. It was tropical, it was romantic. So on this morning we got up, we went to the gym, and then we hit the breakfast buffet. This was called the kitchen table, and it's open from 7 to 11. It had everything that you could ever want. There's all the pastries, breads, donuts. Then there was like a sushi bar with all the fixins. Then there was crepes, waffles, pancakes with all the fixins again. Here you could toast your own bagel. Then there was a fruit area, yogurt, more fruit, all kinds of fruit. There was passion fruit that I tried for the first time. Then whole pieces of fruit, more fruit. Then there was a juice bar station with all kinds of juices, more fruit, milks, chocolate milk. Then there was a cereal area, an oatmeal station. Then I went over to the other side where there was more types of juices. And then around this corner, I mean, you could have champagne for breakfast. There was more breads with oils and a sandwich station area. And then this is the hot bar. So the hot bar was all around like the perimeter, the back and the one side. And there was just all kinds of things. Lots of things I'd never seen before or heard of before. Lots and lots of yummy choices. Then in the back they had an omelet station where you picked up one of those silver bowls and added in a bunch of fixins, and that guy would make you an omelet. They also had scrambled eggs or poached eggs, any kind of eggs you wanted, he'd make them. If you keep going, there was more breakfast type items like quiche and eggs benedict, sausage links, bacon, hash browns, fried potatoes, there was fried plantains. It just went on and on. Little ham and cheese croissant sandwiches there. I just had to show this. They had excellence trimmed in these hedges right here. I just thought that was so neat. So they had activities that you could go and do throughout the day. This one was a mud face spa treatment, and I'll recommend going and downloading the app that Excellence El Carmen has, but even so, the activities change on a daily basis, so don't think you're going to go on there and figure out what you're going to do throughout the week, because every day it changed from what they said it was going to be. So small complaint there, because you'd wake up thinking you were going to go do yoga, and then you'd look at the app and it said Tabata or something like that. Even the shows in the evenings that were planned would change in the middle of the day. So you had to just keep checking the app throughout the day to figure out what you were going to do. But this was a lot of fun. A nice little group activity of us painting mud on each other's faces. This was the day I wore my tomato swimsuit. If you've never watched any of my other videos, I really love tomatoes, and my husband bought me this tomato swimsuit. And I also have a tomato cover-up on. So I was decked out in tomatoes this day. Once you've finished up painting the mud on you and it dried, you got in the ocean and washed it all off. Then we spent a couple hours on the beach. Now, because we booked an Excellent Club suite, we had this private beach area that we stayed at, exclusively for Excellence Club members. It was like we had the beach to ourselves. Most days there was hardly anybody there. The ocean is like bath water. It was warmer than our swim-up suite pool. Then we went to the main pool here to play bingo, which the main pool is very, very warm. It's heated. We had heard that there were some flamingos, so we went and found them at this really cool pond. There was also some really fun ducks. The ducks looked like they were having some sort of meeting, kind of a bit of an argument going on.
What are you talking about? Another perk of being an Excellent Club member was that you got a complimentary spa treatment, which we did. It was the Aqua Wellness treatment. Of course, I didn't take my phone in with me for that, so I just have some pictures of what the spa looked like, but it was quite interesting and relaxing at the same time spa treatment that lasted about 45 minutes and ended with a face massage, which you see right here, which was lovely. The only restaurant you need to make reservations for is the restaurant Spice, and that's if you want to sit at a teppanyaki table. It's open from 6 to 10:30, and it was a really fun experience. And the food was amazing. It always seemed like after dinner we ended up at this coffee shop called Aroma. It's open from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. It had really good coffee, pastries, even sandwiches. After coffee, we would then head to whatever show was playing that night. This night we got there early, so I'm just kind of showing you how large it is. We were discussing whether or not we wanted to have a second dinner at Lobster House. The shows were always phenomenal. The dancing, the outfits, just top notch. Very, very entertaining. And a couple of nights there were a few people that, had a bit too much to drink and just having a good old time, so they were entertaining as well. The energy at this place it was just wonderful. Just nonstop fun. And the staff, incredible. Everybody is so nice and kind and just having a good time the entire time we were there. And we did end up going to Lobster House after the show. It's open later than most restaurants. It's open till 11. This was the one restaurant we ate at twice. The food was just delicious. On to day 3. I got up in the morning, went down to the beach. It was empty, so I had it all to myself, and I was reading and just enjoying the scenery. Every day was like this, just absolutely beautiful. Every morning they had a crew there that was cleaning up all the seaweed that washed up onto the shore. The beach was very pristine. Just a little overview of the view of when you're in the center of the resort. Landscapers were always working, cleaning up. The grounds were always getting watered. Just, you can see, we had a smile on our face the entire time we were there. So today was excursion day. We went on one excursion. It was called the 7-in-1 excursion. So you basically did pretty much everything. It was about a 45-minute drive in a small, tight bus to get to it. The ride there was definitely not the most pleasant. They have so many speed bumps in their roads. And really no rules to their roads. Stop signs are suggestions, apparently, there. You weren't allowed to have phones during the excursion, but there was a private photographer for us, so I have a bunch of pictures that they took. First activity was dune buggies, so we rode the dune buggies to this little farm area where they had dogs and goats, little pygmy goats, donkeys that you could feed. There were chickens. I apparently couldn't be torn away from this dog. There are several pictures of me with this dog. Then it was back to the dune buggies where there was lots of mud puddles, and if you wanted to get really muddy, you could, which of course we did. That's why we wanted to do the excursion. It's always a good time to get kind of sloppy and muddy. Then the second stop was this little river area that was really pretty. The water was a little bit cold, but still enjoyable. Then back onto the dune buggies for one more time to the next activity, which was a ski lift up to the area where you zip line. I'm afraid of heights, so this was terrifying for me, but I powered through. And it was a pretty long ride up that mountain, but it was very beautiful scenery to look at. And then you zip line back down the mountain. There were 5 zip lines. The very last zip line being incredibly fast and incredibly long. Then once finished ziplining, you jumped off a tower backwards. That was about 30 to 40 feet off the ground. Now we're just waiting at the bottom for everyone else to do the jump. Then lastly on the excursion was horseback riding. So we rode horses up to this area where they had water buffalo bred with cows, where you got the chance to milk one if you wanted to. Then it was back down the hill with the water buffalo to end the excursion. Dinner that night was at the grill. Lunch is from 12 to 4, and dinner is from 6 to 10:30. This night we had a little bit of fun and we started our meals with toasts from everyone.
It is around the table that friends understand best the warmth of being together. May every day bring more happiness than yesterday. May you have all the happiness and luck that life can hold. And at the end of your rainbows, may you find a pot of gold. Cheers. Cheers. Here's to you. Here's to me. Friends may we always be. But if by chance we disagree, up yours, and here's to me.
Life is a waste of time. Time is a waste of life. So why not get wasted all the time and have the time of our life?
Yes!
Again, the food was delicious. A couple of us got scallops, my husband got steak, and then my friend, she ended up getting a tomahawk steak, which was a 45-ounce steak, which she did end up eating all of that steak herself. We each had a bite. If you see this on the menu, it is lava cake. So yummy. My favorite dessert.
My dear friends, as we gather here tonight, I'm reminded of the similarities between our friendship and gardening. We've all planted seeds of laughter, love, and support, and watched them grow into something beautiful and strong. Just like a garden requires care and attention to flourish, our friendship has also been nurtured by the time and efforts we've invested into it.
Hear ye, hear ye.
So let's raise our glasses to the joy and abundance that comes from cultivating meaningful relationships. Here's to us in a blooming bunch of friendships.
Yes!
Cheers.
Blooming bunch. Yes.
And then we ended the night with, again, another fantastic evening of entertainment.